Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be unitying a Unturned vest. Um, Later on I will include videos on how to model helmets and vests. I will include Blender help videos. I will include videos on how to do helmets and guns and all that. But for right now I'm just going to start off with um, a vest. So I have already made a vest modeled, and I've already set up my Blender, or I've already set up my Unity with my mod. If you don't know how to do that, my clothing mod explains it, and there are videos out there on how to set up your Unity for modding Unturned. So we're gonna go in our mod folder, and we're gonna right click, and we're gonna hit create folder, and we're gonna call this whatever you want your vest to be. Test vest. I'm just gonna call it test vest. And then inside of here, we're going to hit show and explore. And then we're going to go inside this. And I'm going to drag that over to my other screen. And we're going to do that again. And then we have this one. And then this one, we're going to go back to assets. We're going to go to core master bundle. We're going to go to items. We are going to go to vests. And we're going to go to sweater vest. And we're going to copy all of this. And we're going to paste it inside of our test vest. And then we need to get our vest files. So we're going to go to wherever our vest is. And I have this one already prepared. We're going to copy that and paste that FBX file in. And then we need to get the texture. And I think this is the texture. And we're going to throw that in there. We're going to click back onto Unity and it's going to update. And then we have our item, we have our vest one, and we have our vest. Actually, this is called vest one. What we're going to do is we're actually going to rename this video test. We're going to name it video test because sometimes if your object is called vest or whatever the item you are doing, and you do the whole Unity process and you go into game, the game won't actually render your vest because you'll have conflicting names with the actual vest and your model. So it's just important to keep your names different, separate. So we're going to do the item first. I do have to say, before I do this, I definitely do it a very unique way. I'm sure if you go out there and find a video, they're going to tell you to drag the model into here. I don't actually do that. I click this arrow, I'm going to grab the cube, I'm going to drag it into the directory over here. I want to make sure that's selected. I'm going to change the tag to item, change the tag to item. I'm going to set this to 0, 0, 0. I'm going to set the scale to 100 because that's the scale I set in Blender. And then can you see it there? It's it's pink, and what we can do is we can take this material here, or we can take our image texture, and doing this allows us to change these settings on here, and we can go into materials folder. When we drag that image texture on here, it created a materials folder, and in here we can actually change, excuse me, we can actually change the settings of our vest, and I'm just going to do that. So now we have our vest, and if we grab and then hold Control and then drag, it will snap by 5. And we're going to grab the move tool, and we're just going to, this is the item, so this is what's going to be dropped and stay on the ground. So it doesn't really need to be that perfect on the character. because it's not going on the character. But it is nice to get it somewhat decently in scale, in position. And I think this is actually pretty good. So now we need to get rid of the orange vest, and we're going to go to item. We're going to right click on the mesh. We're going to remove filter, and we're going to remove the mesh render. And then we're going to, in our LOD group, we're going to recalculate. We're going to take our cube here in the directory, and we're going to drag it into the renders, and that should update. And then I think we actually are pretty good. Well, we might actually have to change some stuff. So we're going to go to Box Collider, and we're going to just make this slightly larger than the actual item. And this is actually really important that you make it larger than the item, because if you don't, some weird glitches can happen where if you drop your item on the ground, it will fall through the map. So it's important that you get this Box Collider close to being encompassing the entire model. And it's actually okay if this is like that. But that is the item done. Now the vest, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit more tricky because the unturned vest, the generic unturned vest, kind of sucks because can't really tell which is the front and which is the back. But again, it's going to be the same process. We can take the cube and we can put it into here. And if we go to our vest, it's currently set to it's currently set to enemy. This is okay. You just need to make sure that this is changed to enemy. And you can also do item, changing the tags to item for all of them work. But if you're experiencing some issues with the layers, you can change them to enemy. If there's still issues, you can change them to item, but we're going to leave it on enemy right now. So we're going to make sure that this is good. You don't necessarily need to change your cube.4 to model 0. But so again, we're going to go to our cube. We're going to go to the transform. We're going to rescale it to the center and scale it up by 100. We'll grab our texture. This is a very unoptimized texture, but just for demonstration purposes, it'll do its job. We're going to rotate it. Boom, boom, boom. Going to grab it. Just like this. Let's see. We'll get it just about there, I think. Come on. You're gonna have to kind of figure out what's gonna be the center of the character. But the rule of thumb when doing this is just trying to get it into the middle, and we're going to go ahead and delete the model 0 once we kind of have it in the middle. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to go to vest now. We're going to grab our cube. We're going to drag it into the LOD group. And then now, we're going to do the box collider. So the box collider for this is the hit register for the armor values. So, I normally just kind of keep this simple, you know, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. I just kind of include the borders of the vest. If you didn't want this, yeah, I think honestly that's pretty good. This, unlike the other box collider for item, this can be pretty accurate to however you want. You know, maybe make this the collider for the values of the armor, but I'm gonna double check and just make sure this is all good. Okay, so this is your vest done. So we're going to now grab the test vest, and we're going to go to Windows, Unturned, Bundle Tool. We're going to click the vest, or the folder. We're going to hit grab test vest, and we're going to go to Unturned, common, Unturned. I will do a video explaining there are certain ways you can export your mods for testing purposes. You could do it in maps or items. Both have their benefits, but we're going to do items because I'm going to demonstrate another important fact. So we're going to go to items. Where is it? We're going to go to, this is a vest, so we need to go and find the vest folder. Vest. We're going to copy this name. New folder. We're going to paste that name in. These two names have to be the exact same. Go inside that new vest. We're going to hit save. And I actually just realized so we're now here inside of our Unturned files, and we're going to this is a military vest, so let's go up until we find a military vest. We're going to copy these two files and then go back to our test vest, paste those in, and then we're going to grab this name real quick, test vest. We're going to grab our item.dat vest, rename it to whatever our Unity file is. So again, this name, the Unity file, our item.dat, and the folder need to share the same name. Your mod won't work unless they share the same name. First, we're going to do the English.dat. We can give it a name, testing vest. We can give it a description. We can hit save, close out of that. And then inside of test vest, we can delete the GUID, and we can leave that blank because when we load up Unturned, Unturned will automatically generate a GUID for there. We can give it some sort of ID number that's not being used. So let's assume 29,279. It's not being used. We're going to copy that, keep that to our clipboard just in case. We can keep the size to 2 by 2. We can keep the inventory size the same. We can keep the armor values the same. We can paste the new ID in here, and then this allows us to turn the vest into cloth and allows us to repair it. And then we're going to grab, so here at the bottom, we're going to type in exclude underscore from underscore master underscore bundle here at the bottom, just like this. All right. And then once that's done, we can go into Unturned and we can spawn in our vest and we can do some testing. Okay, so here I am on a testing world. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the vest. Okay, so obviously we have some issues here, but let's see, our item is pretty good. Our vest is for YouTube. Our icon, but it looks like our icon is reversed. And then if we put it on, it looks really good, except we got some issues going on here. And it needs to go forwards. All right, so we're gonna go back to Unity. We're gonna fix these issues really quick. So vest. So we're going to grab the cube. Now we're gonna move it. So what do we need to do? We need to move it forwards just a little bit, and we need to move it up just a bit. And then we're gonna grab our vest, we're gonna recalculate our bounds, and then quickly update our box collider. And then our item here, we can go ahead and we can just rotate that. And then that's pretty good. We can grab our test vest, hang on, clear, grab test vest. We're going to copy the address here, Control C, and we're going to save here. Yes, replace. We're going to enter at reload the file destination that we just copied. And then if we drop this on the ground and then pick it up, it updates. Now, has it updated the image? Okay, so it has updated the icon. That's good. Sometimes it won't update the icon. You'll have to actually restart your game for the icon to update, but it looks like that's pretty good. And if we put it on, it's looking really good. Alright guys, so that's how you make a vest in Unturned.